Will this be the year? Democratic and Republican lawmakers are introducing legislation they hope will finally legalize recreational marijuana use in New Mexico. News 13's Courtney Allen joins us live from home with the proposals. Courtney?
Jessica, legislation was introduced in the Senate today, and a bill is expected to be introduced in the House this week. While the bills are very different, the goal is the same: to get an adult-use cannabis program up and running in our state.
State lawmakers are once again pushing to legalize marijuana.
The reason that I decided to do it this time is I got frustrated with the fact that I think the people want us to do this in pretty high numbers.
Democratic Senator Daniel Ivy Soto is introducing a bill to legalize recreational adult use of cannabis for the first time.
We need to make sure that we have a bill that will pass.
Ivy Soto is proposing a program in which private businesses would control the sale of cannabis as opposed to the state, and it would be taxed 21%. Ivy Soto says it's time to decriminalize pot.
We end up diverting a lot of law enforcement resources to something that is more of a nuisance as opposed to something that puts other people's safety at risk.
Republican Senator Cliff R. Purtle is making his second run at getting a marijuana bill passed. In 2019, his bill would have given the state control of the sale of marijuana, but the bill died. This time around, he's changed it to private companies, thinking it has a better chance of passing.
I think that's the direction that the other bills are going to go, and I just want to have a bill that at least is close enough that I'll have a seat at the table to help with how some of the regulations are.
Purtle says his bill would keep taxes low by imposing a 2% excise tax on top of local gross receipt taxes, as well as give a portion of money made to the Department of Public Safety to help crack down on impaired drivers.
For me, whether it passes or it doesn't isn't a real personal desire of mine. I just feel that if it is going to pass, that there's some issues that I think are important that we maintain.
Democratic Representative Javier Martinez has introduced a marijuana bill every year he's been in office. He says his bill is largely the same this year, with some changes about who will benefit from the money made, placing an emphasis on a medical cannabis subsidy program for patients who struggle to afford medical marijuana, and a program that would help underrepresented communities get an equal shot in the industry. If passed, Martinez says tens of thousands of jobs would be created, stimulating hundreds of millions in economic activity. Martinez says he believes the, quote, different political dynamic in this legislature will work in the bill's favor.
With a commitment, I think, to really diversifying the economy so that we're not so tied to the hip of oil and gas, I think really make for the perfect conditions, if you will. I don't think the opportunity's ever been better than it is now to pass a legalization bill.
There's also a difference in the bills on how the money will be distributed to local governments and the state. All of the bills, however, include regulations to discourage use by minors. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Courtney. The governor has been vocal about her support for a recreational marijuana program in our state.